Hello fellow TIs and YouTube. I wanted to comment about the shooting tragedy in Colorado. Mainstream media is reporting on it or spinning it as any other lone gunman shooting. This video I have shows the FBI's take on it. They say that he was mentally ill. On the alternative media side, a lot of people are saying there was MK Ultra and or some sort of mind control, and it could have been a government setup for gun control, because right around as it was happening, the UN Arms Trade Treaty was going on, which some say that they could take away our Second Amendment rights. While there is some truth to that, nobody that I've seen have said this could be a result of gang stalking. Now, I'm not saying 100% for sure that it was gang stalking, but it's a very real possibility. But then when I saw this video of this former FBI agent and consultant to ABC News talking about his take on it, to me it had all the regular cover-ups for gang stalking that I've seen. Calling the gang stalking victim mentally ill, they're hearing voices, that there's chemical imbalance, and think that people are following you and withdrawing. And to me, these are just the classic excuses or spins or the lies they put on gang stalking. And I just wanted to share this with you. And towards the end, to be totally fair, what question I have is that if they were gang stalking him, I know that there's different levels of gang stalking, and I don't know what level of surveillance they had on this guy, and there's different purposes for gang stalking. But I know for me, I am under such high surveillance. Even if I thought about doing something like this, they would pull me over in the road before I could even think about doing anything. So this is the only doubt I have in my mind that might be about gang stalking. But for some different programs of gang stalking, they may want this kind of outcome, and or they might not have had them under such high surveillance. So that's just something else to think about. So without further ado, here's the video, and I'll put in some subtitles about the common spin that I see. Thanks. And please let me know what you think.
For more on that incredible video, let's go to Brad Garrett, who's a former FBI profiler, also a consultant for ABC News. Brad, a lot of people look at that video. The natural question is, how does a kid who's so smart, so highly functioning, turn into allegedly a monster? When you look at the video, what do you see?
Well, I see someone who appears to be very high functioning, and clearly he is. But schizophrenia, if in fact that's what's wrong with him, but he has some significant mental health issue, I believe. And if that is true, there is a chemical imbalance that tends to increase as kids reach into their late teens and early 20s. They can still continue to function, they can be extremely bright like Mr. Holmes appears to be, but they have this whole other side of themselves where they have trouble with, they're insecure. They start having perhaps dark thoughts that people are following them, or that there are voices, auditory voices that are directing them. Again, we don't really know, but some version of this happened to Mr. Holmes, and my belief and experience has been it's a gradual thing, and it occurs over a number of months or years. And so for his ability to continue to function, go into a PhD program, and appear to be at least okay academically for a while does not surprise me. But as the onset of whatever this chemical imbalance might be, it starts taking over. And he starts withdrawing, and what happens is they have less and less empathy. They start believing that people around them are against them and are causing them to be not successful. And it becomes so acute and extreme that they believe that the only option they have left is basically to start destroying people.
Brad, very quickly, Pierre Thomas, our Chief Justice Correspondent, learned overnight that from sources that he may have sought counseling recently. So that raises the question, should somebody have caught this?
I don't think so. Would people see him changing behaviorally? As parents, obviously, the answer is yes. but nothing to the extent that you would know that something like this was about to happen.
Brad Garrett, so great to have your perspective this morning. Thank you very much.